Well, hi, hello. It's breakfast time. Yes, please and thank you. Went to Uriah's therapy appointment. It worked out pretty good. It was pretty good. I mean, we got there late, but it wasn't my fault, baby. Kind of, sort of, maybe it wasn't my fault. Maybe, kind of. Oh yeah, hell yeah, it was your fault, T. You left here too damn late. But the crazy thing is there was construction on my way, and then there was a traffic jam somehow. So, I got there a little bit late, a little bit like an hour late. But it's all right. I got there. I showed up, right? But how did it do? How's everything going? How is work going? How did it do this morning? Yeah, we about to have some breakfast and enjoy ourselves. Let me show you what I got. I got me some vegan cream cheese. Yep, got me some vegan cream cheese, baby. Alternative made with almond milk cream cheese, and I got me everything bagel. I got me some turkey slices. I got my big ass cup of water because I already had my coffee this morning, y'all. But you know what? What I've been thinking about. So Uriah is learning how to drive, right? And I'm thinking, there's some things that trickle down in your history. There's some things that trickle down in your life that come from your parents. Some things that you got to change. Some things. What is it called? I don't want to call it generational curses. Maybe it's some of it is not. I don't really look at stuff like it's like generational curses. I look at stuff like unresolved trauma. Unresolved things that your parents didn't resolve, their parents didn't resolve with themselves, so now it's trickled down to you. Now, what are you about to do with it? You got to resolve it or continue the same pattern. And that's not in my plans, right? So there's some things that I do differently with my children that my mama didn't do. I am, ooh, I am not my mother, right? I'm her daughter. I'm not my mother. So my mom never learned how to drive. She never learned how to drive, and that was something that I told myself. There is no way that I'm not gonna not learn how to drive. Okay, because I saw my mom depend on people that just put her feelings to the side because she didn't know how to drive and because she had to wait on people. And baby, um, my daddy used to say, "Weight broke no bridge. If you put too much weight on a bridge, it will break it." Weight broke no. I'm not. I'm not trying. I was not trying to wait for nobody. I'm just not that person anyhow to sit around and wait for somebody to give me something or to do something for me. So I told myself from early on in my life when I saw my mom not doing some things like accomplishing some things that she wanted to accomplish and I feel like she should have accomplished or she could have accomplished. You know, I don't write her story. She wrote her own story, right? But there's some things that I just said to myself, I don't want to do that like my mama. I don't want to be that like my mama. I don't want to do. I am her daughter. But one of the main things was learning how to drive. Oh, I just paid close attention. Every time my dad and my brothers got in the car, I looked and I said, okay. And in them days, I don't even want to say back in them days, it wasn't it was like a what do you call it? I don't want to use the wrong word. It was like a thing where it's like men do this, men do that, men, women, you stay in the house, women. So growing up, one of five girls in my family, I had to watch my two older sisters go through that. Men do this, men do that, women stay in the house, women cook and clean. I watched them go through it, and it was later on in life when when they, I guess realize that men and women are we're the same. We're the same. Just some of us wear trousers and some of us wear dresses. All depends on what you want to say. But I watched that, growing up, that women do certain jobs and men do certain things. And so with my mom not knowing how to drive, it was something regular, I guess, from her generation. I'm not sure. From her time, the way she was raised by her mother, but my mom is so funny because she literally like she gave us free will, but at the same time she had that string attached to us, baby, where it was like, come on back here. Where you going? You going too far. Oh, let me reel you back in. But it was still like, my mom, she was pretty much almost like a free spirit, I want to say. Almost like a little hippie little lady. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that about her. But my mom, she was the greatest singer. She sung like a songbird. She wrote music. She sent music to Nashville. You know, some of her music got published, but never boom blew up because again, you know, it's she was raised with that mindset of try but don't try hard. You know, do but don't do too much. You know, if you can't, just stop. You know, and so I told myself when I have my children, when I started having children, I said, no, my kids are gonna, the sky's the limit for them, you know. They could try and do the things that they want to do. They could live how they want to live, you know, but of course I'm gonna keep them on that rope, you know, but not too tight, you know. But I'm not gonna let them get hurt or anything like that. But um I say all that to say this. The things that I learned growing up from my parents, a lot of it was great and fantastic, but um, some of it was keeping me in a cocoon, you know? So I'm not gonna do the same when it comes to my kids. I don't want to keep them locked down in a cocoon. So my daughter got her license when she was 16 years old because I told myself, nah, we not repeating no kind of nothing here. We not repeat what? Oh, okay. And now my son is 16 and I'm teaching him how to drive. When my daughter got her license, I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of her. And now my son is driving and I'm so proud of him. And I guess that's what some people would call breaking generational curses, right? And the things that I'm teaching them is totally opposite. Most of it is opposite from what my mama told us. Oh, don't go outside, don't run, you gonna fall. I'm like, no. Go ahead and run. You wanna run? Go ahead, baby. But if you fall, don't come back here and tell mama that you fell, because mama told you slow down, all right? Okay, go ahead, run. You know, I'm that kind of mama. I'm like, okay. So I said, um, put your sweater on before we go outside, baby, because it's cold. But if all you want to wear is a wife beater, oh, come on, let's go. Let's go outside. But when we get out there, don't cry. I'm that kind of mama, right? But still, when we get out there, I'm gonna say, don't cry. But you cold? Okay, I got two sweaters. Let me let you have one. All right, I'm that kind of mama. I'm like, okay, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn. Like I tell my kids, we're gonna learn the easy way or we're gonna learn the hard way. All right. Just listen to me when I tell you something, baby. Just listen. You know, on the other hand, my mama was the kind of mom where it was like, you gonna go outside and you gonna fall. And I go outside and I fall, baby. I fall. I fails. I fails. I'm like, this lady don't put juju on me. She don't put juju on me. You know, but like I'm just saying, there's some things that I don't intend to make a tradition when it comes to me and my kids. Some things I'm doing differently. You know, I got my driver's license. I think I was 21 when I got my driver's license. I was 20. I think I was 20 when I got my driver's license. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job being just one mama and one brain and one person doing the job of two, right? I'm doing a great job. I have to tell myself that all the time, you know? Mmm. Okay. And guess what, y'all? Got it on sale. See that price under there? How much you say? 208 when regularly this vegan cream cheese is like $4.99. Mmm. Got me my big ass cup of water. Yeah. But I had wonderful parents. I had great parents. My daddy worked on my whole entire life. I remember my daddy going to work. And my mama, she's a homestay mom, right? All my life. My mom, when she did go to work, she was a nurse. So when she did go, she loved what she did. But, you know, sometimes we get sidetracked. Like she started having babies real early in life, and maybe she didn't have the motivation and the push that she needed from her mama. And her mama was a single parent trying to make it. Back in them days, everything was different. And so I don't blame my mama for not knowing how to do certain things or for raising us a certain way because she didn't know, because her mama didn't know. So I get it. But when you know, it's a different story. You know, my parents, they were young learning how to raise a family in them days. So I get it. I completely get it. And I understand. But at the same time, we have choices. We all have choices. So I appreciate her and my dad for instilling in me the drive to want to do better. You know what I'm saying? The drive to know that this life is not what you think it is. You know? But I'm just realizing that today when I took my son driving and he was driving around the neighborhood and I'm just like, wow, my boy is 16 years old. And then I go back to nobody took me driving. I had to learn on my own. Nobody did this. I had to learn on my own. But I'm so happy and so proud of myself that I did that though. And I didn't just stop and say, oh, it's getting too hard. It's too hard. That's too hard. This is too hard. All of that's too hard. Mm-mm. I don't have that in me. I ain't built like that. And my son's getting louder and louder by the minute as I'm over here doing my video. Okay. I guess I'm gonna give him a turn to talk. And the birds. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my breakfast. But y'all, this is some very good. This is not my first time having it. I had another flavor though, but the plain one, delicious. I need to learn how to make it, so I ain't gotta buy it. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a beautiful